Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the live portion of the show.
Howdy
Glad
do.
to have you here. Sorry we had a little bit of a late start, kind of working through some bugs here. As always, nothing, everything goes perfect. If it went all perfect, we would
That's boring.
it would take all the fun out of this. So hey, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for everyone being a part of today's show. Starting,
Oh yeah.
Powerhouse members getting up early, especially you West Coasters who get up to do the 9 a.m. start. So remember, everybody, we had an hour start with the Powerhouse members at 9 to 10. And then the public on Facebook and on our social media sites and on YouTube starting at 10.
Had lots of good phone calls.
Yeah.
Glad to talk to everybody. Thank you all for buying some good.
Absolutely. Having a shout out to our friend Chris Bragg from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He called from Saudi Arabia and bought a knife and a fire steel. How cool was that?
Wanted to be in on the show.
Yeah. Always like talking to him. It's always a great time. So, hey, thanks for that. And anyone, we've had, I think, some people from Kansas, California, just all over the U.S. today calling.
All over.
So thank everybody for that. We had a great time. Had a lot of really cool knives this time too.
Many, 127.
Yeah,
I think that's the most we've ever had.
It may have been. Plus, we had a lot of the cool fire steels.
Oh yeah, about 20, and then we had some spares in the office. Yeah, fire steels were good.
Yeah, awesome.
And extras, ballast
And extras.
strike roll,
Yeah.
dog bone sharpener, hickey things.
Some
other goodies. Patches.
Absolutely.
We had hats. We didn't have them on the table, but we had all that kind of good.
So if you do call in and you talk to Elaine, Nick, Mike, anybody who answers the phone, go ahead and check and see. We'll throw some extra stuff on. Remember, today is free shipping. Anything you buy, and there's some special deals coming up. And I think we have one to start off the whole little live thing.
This is the first Laney special. It's a GNS.
Oh, look who's bringing it. It's Elaine bringing it. So we started doing the Laney specials. Kind of cool.
It's a GNS, fire steel, fire fixins,
Okay.
and a patch.
And a patch.
Mhm.
Okay, and I got everything right here. Good,
So
good,
this
good.
whole package is $200.
Now check this out. This GNS, Desert Ironwood.
Oh yeah, let me see that.
Beautiful piece of ironwood on that. Got it?
Mm-hmm. That's Scandi grind too. It's got the, I don't know if you can see that, it's got the house stamp on one side, tripod stamp on the other side.
Just an absolutely beautiful knife.
Can you see that pretty good? Oh, yeah, that looks pretty nice.
And if you guys have never used these fire fixins, these were
That
made
works
by
really
a
good.
father and son team. And it's a really cool thing. We've been carrying them for a lot of years.
Works good. It's all
Wax jute.
waterproof.
Yeah.
You can attach this to the outside of your pack and not worry about it.
This is a fantastic product just to throw in your pack. Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful, great fire steel. If you wear this out in your lifetime, you're working.
And here's a tip on a fire steel real quick. I see a lot of people scrape the fire steel, turn it, scrape it. Do it in the same place all the time because obviously this is round, and as it gets flatter, you're going to have a wider contact patch. You will throw more sparks as this thing gets older.
Good point.
Kind of like LT.
Yeah, when you get older, you throw less sparks. So anyway, hey, we got one of these. What was the price again?
$200.
$200. First one to call in and say, I'll take the #1 Laney special. All right? Get on the phone, call. She may even answer the phone. Maybe.
She might.
But that'll be kind of cool. So also, remember, let me just set these down for a second.
Yep.
Remember also, we'd love to talk knives today. So we have about 45 minutes, I think.
40.
And 40. And we'd love to talk knives. So if you have a question for us, hit us on Facebook or on YouTube in the comments, and Mike will feed them into us, and we'll gladly take care of your questions. So hopefully we can get to a bunch of people. But I think we need to talk about some knives and show some cool stuff. Now, don't forget about that Laney special. Desert Ironwood, 01 steel, Scandi grind, GNS.
Fire steel.
Beautiful piece of wood. Yeah. All of those things.
Yeah.
So that was how much?
$200.
$200. Just got to call in. Also, if you had a chance to watch the videos already, you know what some of the knives that we had. A fair amount of them are gone. I can see that we do still have some over there. We'll get Nick to bring over a few that we can look at and just kind of preview for you. And we'll go through this a little bit. So don't forget, Q&A time. So feed us some questions, guys. And what do we got up first here, brother? Oh, nice. Nice. I like this one. I like this one a lot.
You know what that is?
Oh, I do.
That's a Scandi crafter. In Kydex.
Kydex.
Let me show you here. This is what we call our mountain finish. You can See the little ridges on there. So we do that on one of the smaller machines. But this started out as a, well, still is a piece of Python micarta, which means it's got a bunch of different colors to it. Looks fantastic. Still has the, even though it's matte finish, oops, still have the contours to it.
Yeah.
Saber grind, nice and thick, and
Oh, that is a beautiful knife.
very sharp.
And it handles quite well. Are you going to cut up that here?
I'm gonna cut lanes.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Now that's we try and make every knife out of here at least that sharp, or do something about like that. So that again, this is a Scatty Crafter. Here, let me switch off. Let me just talk about the sheath real quick. One of the cool things about the sheath, Kydex, number one, so you have that awesome retention.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing is we have the leather backer that we have on there that works out really, really well. And we've got this
Does that
set
come
up.
off there?
It does. It can come off air. We have the places for a tech lock on here to where we can get that all set up. Okay, so that's kind of cool, and we have to go from.
Let's see.
It makes a cool knife. But I wanted to talk about the mountain finish. Go ahead.
Well, okay, one more thing. Because we always say we're going to shoot a video about this, and we haven't yet. This Kydex completely bolts on here. Okay, so you can take that leather backer off, and if you've got some thick pack straps, you can mount that right there because it's got slide lock retention. It's not going to fall out. You can run it here on your belt. You can run it traditional. It's obviously ambidextrous because you can take the leather backer off, put everything on the other side. If you're a lefty, that doesn't matter. You can run it, scout carry, whatever you want to do with it. Works great.
So
what about the mountain finish?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about the mountain finish. We started doing these recent as another option to just the polish and or the bead blast, which is kind of cool. And we've got a lot of requests for it. So these are doing quite well just in general with the mountain finish.
Comfy.
So yeah, not bad. And I like it both grips. The Scatty Crafter is a unique knife. It fits the hand real well. This Python's an interesting color.
Oh yeah.
All the way around. I think it's good to go.
For sure.
So I am really liking that. Beautiful click. Got the slide lock on there. So this is one of those. Why don't you grab a couple of those mountain finished things, and we'll.
This is something we also can mount and finish.
Let me hand this back to Nick so he can put it back on the table where it goes. Awesome.
Just for the heck of it, Nick.
Yo,
What number's that and how much is it?
that one is 23 and it is 4.
400. Okay, 400.
Yeah, retail on that is $400, and that
Free
is
shipping.
number 23.
Here's some mountain finish on the fire steel. So if you'd want something matching
Right, right.
for your finish
We
knife.
actually don't have that Python.
Not that particular one, but a lot of them we
Yeah,
do.
we do have a lot of them.
Yeah.
And being the 3/8 rod again, that's a lot of rod to work.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna you get a
And
nice
don't
flat
forget,
spot.
go flat. Stay in the same spot. Wear it out.
And we do have a
We'll
lot
make
of these
another.
in stock right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a bunch. Not just the ones we had in the show.
So remember,
extras.
free shipping, $40, and then we can customize them kind of to the knife that you pick out as well. If we happen to not have something that fits.
Yeah, we've got an awful lot of variety on that fire steels, but we can do some other stuff.
Yep. So we got those set up.
Here's
Very good.
Here's
What do you
two
got? A couple
just
more?
by a chance. There's snake skin and some natural micarta. Can you see that? Some of that natural micarta stuff, the high spots are a little darker than the low spots. Kind of gives it a interesting look. Snake
Yeah.
skin.
Definitely depends on where in the material that we grind through.
Yeah,
Especially,
sure.
hey Nick, can you grab one of those that maybe have the 2 or 3 layer G10s, and we'll take a look at that. The fire steels. Because again, when you do the mountain finish on that, it really changes the
Then
look.
you can see the colors in that.
Yeah.
cloth.
There you go. There's a nice camo setup.
Yeah, you can see that too.
Yeah, that works out awesome.
Not only fantastic traction. So when you've got that sitting up on your tinder bundle and you're going to pull up on, because you want to hold the knife in one spot, pull up on the fire steel, nice traction on there.
So it does turn out really, really well.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
gripper.
So we're working good on that one. We're pretty pleased with the way those are
Oh, yeah,
working
those
out
are
all the
nice.
way around.
It's a super nice looking little addition if you have some kind of custom knife. If you already have a custom knife, call the shop. We can probably whip up a fire steel.
Yeah, we probably do have a fire steel that we can get to match with that.
Oh heck yeah.
I
No problem.
think probably be a good time to talk about a few different the grind options that we have
Sure.
available today as well.
Sure.
Did you have something you wanted us to take a look at?
Do another special.
Did this
Already?
one
Not yet.
good to go? Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna set this out of the way. Elaney
Okay.
is bringing in another special. Hold on 1 second.
Hey,
Make
we
sure.
had a request from YouTube for tips on sharpening A2 tool steel.
There you go. That's on
Okay.
you, brother.
okay. Well, it depends if you are in your shop and you've got some tools. You are in the field having a cigar by the creek. Hard
I
to
like
say.
having cigars
And
by
that
the
would
creek.
be new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say you're in some kind of shop and you've got access to a buffer, maybe a leather strop, something like that. Here, let's grab this knife here, for instance. All of the knives have this. You can see where it's shiny right here on the edge. It's got that secondary bevel. So that's a that's a convex
Edge.
kind of shape.
Yeah.
Here, hold that. Side.
Sure.
That kind of shape like this, kind of a little curve to it. So if you try and sharpen these on like a Lansky or something like that, you're either going to have to take that fat corner off and make it flat, or you'll have to kick that up and get right on the edge. Okay, hold on. Either way, but if you have access, like I said, to a buffer or even a mouse pad in your shop with some 600 or 800 grit sandpaper, that will contour right to the edge. Now, that's like easy. That's cheating. Oh, also, wait. Use a Sharpie marker. Let me see that again.
You bet.
That shiny spot down at the bottom. Use a Sharpie marker to paint little lines on there. So take a couple, wax at it with whatever you're sharpening with, and see if that Sharpie mark is getting removed, or you need to adjust your grip. Sometimes the tip gets missed, something like that. But that is a nice little tattletale. It's not going to do anything to the knife. That's a good, always keep the Sharpie marker in your pack. So how about if you're beside your tent?
Good call.
There's a creek right there. Go find the flattest rock you can, the smoothest, flattest rock you can. Might even leave a little bit of, if you get a little silt in there, a little mud, a little water, mix something up in there. Again, hopefully you got a Sharpie marker. If not, gonna have to, oh yeah, we can use that. But try and get your burr. Let's say you've used that knife a ton, you've got a really dull knife. You want to get the burr. So the edge started like this. You want this again. You want to get that burr back.
Right.
On the stone, a nice flat stone. And you can even just work one side. So you can, let me see. Let's say you were working the presentation side. Working. Now, pluck it with your other hand. See if you can feel that burr. Don't run your fingers across it. I don't recommend that. But if you pluck it like this, you're not going to get cut, but you will feel the burr.
Yep.
Once you feel the burr, now you just have to smooth that off. So you can either use your leather belt, let me see that strap here, or if you happen to have a field strap in your pack, now you can use this to finish it off. Because this obviously will flex when you're using it, it'll conform, it works fantastic. But what's one of the keys to scooters being a gentleman? Leather belt, right? This is
Art of man in the hair scooter.
Yeah, I'm not going to take my belt off to show you people. Just pretend that this is my belt.
Yep. So hey, just while we're talking about stropping, a quick idea on stropping. Like you said, little Sharpie marker never hurts. It gives you an idea where to go. But when you're stropping, you want to go heel to toe or toe to heel. Just get yourself a rhythm going. But as you do it, don't just roll over the edge as you go the other direction. What you want to do is roll over the spine. Go on the back of the spine, just like a barber would with a straight razor, and come down the edge that way. So you're rolling back off of the spine and working it. Or as you do your stropping, lift the knife off of the leather and then readjust it and put it on the other side. Either way, but you don't want to get in a habit. You see people do this. You don't want to do that because it's going to roll you right over the edge. And if this is helping putting an edge on, it definitely can help in taking it off a little bit too.
For sure.
So keep that in mind. And this knife, by the way, number 27, if you're call in.
How much is that?
Nick, look that up. This is an up the river.
Up the river.
It's got beautiful natural scales with some toxic green liners. Saber ground. Very cool knife. In 01, actually. Here, I'll take this.
And it is 145.
145. These are 01, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
01 steel.
And we do have these strops available. If you guys are looking to get a strop, call in here. Lane will pick the phone up.
Strops are 15. Right?
Which
15?
one? 10?
Oh, 10
They started 10.
10. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
got
have
some
a
Strops
couple
10.
different levels.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are different ones.
Hey, I think it's time for the second Laney special. Am I right? Okay, Nick, let me hand this to you. And what do we got this time? You want to come on in here? Oh, nice, nice.
What is it?
Patriot.
Patriot?
Okay,
Saber grind?
grind.
Yes.
Look at that blue. Some very nice bright blue. Very cool.
And a sharpener.
Yeah, fantastic leather hip sheath. Sharpener. Good. This is a Lansky multi-sharpener.
Tough cloth.
Tough cloth. I can't say enough about Tough Cloth products. I really like them a lot. We use these things at the shows all the time, wiping down our knives. Awesome. And an LTWK sticker for your truck, RV, ATV,
Toolbox.
you know, toolbox, whatever.
Refrigerator.
That's right. If you want to put it on your beer,
Whatever.
you're fine.
Cover up that other sticker on your truck.
So we got a sticker, the Tough Cloth, the Lansky sharpener, and the way cool Patriot knife in blue. What kind of pricing?
$90.
$90.
$90
Okay.
bucks.
That's pretty good because they're getting free shipping.
That's all for sure.
So value would be.
Oh, the total value would normally be $109.
So hey, saving some money
$19.
plus the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Good call. So
Yeah,
this is Laney
$7.
special number 2. How do you get it? Call in, talk to Laney, and say, hey, I want the Laney special number 2.
What if they want to know what the number is?
What's the number?
What's the number of the shop, buddy?
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good question.
740-317-1404. You in the back. With
We
the
have a
bald head.
question from Facebook. They want to know the differences between a Scandi grind and a Saber grind, and which do you all tend to prefer?
Good question.
Excellent.
And that's going to go down to personal preference. Does it say? How about I think it
Scandi
said
flat.
Saber.
Yeah, we got
Wanted all of them.
Okay. You hold the flat, and this is the Saber. Okay. That's
well,
a great
first
question.
of all, flat grind. So from the secondary edge all the way to the spine, you can see that full plunge line.
Okay.
It's a flat grind.
And the Saber grind, you can see where it's partially ground up to the back of the knife,
Mhm.
followed by a Scandi grind, which is traditionally ground to zero and then hard buffed on the edge. At least that's the way that we do it in here.
Yeah.
So let me start by saying all 3 knives in any of these 3 grinds are great working knives.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, one may be better at a different task.
I think that's what they're after.
Yeah, so here's a quick tutorial. Scandi grind, ground like a wood chisel. Let me just set these down for a second. So we're ground like a wood chisel, basically to zero.
Yeah.
Where at what point we do a hard buff on that edge to give you a micro bevel that is
Mhm.
going to help in
Strength.
the micro chipping.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's not ground that thick. Don't think it's a doorstop. It's
Right.
quite shallow.
Yes, it's still a great cutter.
12 degrees on each side, 11,
Yeah,
12.
11 to 12 degrees, and again, depending on the thickness of steel, a lot of times.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. So that'll give you, so that'll give you like a 22-degree wedge trying to go through whatever you're cutting.
So for bushcrafting, general woodwork chores, things like that, fantastic
Super sharp.
for cutting wood.
Super sharp.
I mean, autumn. And yes, you can field dress game with this. You can do general chores. Actually, I saw a guy who was reviewing one of our, I believe it was our Genesis, had it in the kitchen, slicing with it. And it's just a matter of
That works.
working out how to do it. It's like if you take a wood chisel and you can cut a nice long curl,
Yeah, that
okay,
works.
take a piece of ham, you can cut a nice long, slender piece of ham on
Oh,
that.
heck
So
yeah. All day.
Scandi grind, fantastic. Saber grind. Okay, difference between a Scandi and a Saber. Naturally, your higher ground, and on this knife now it has a secondary edge. All
Got
right,
that convex
it's
edge.
got the convex edge. So we intentionally put a slight convex edge onto the edge of our knives, whether it be Saber or in the flat. So what would be the advantage of this? You can do all the chores for bushcrafting. You can still do a lot of the EDC type stuff, opening packages, boxes, bag of chips, but also field dressing game. Maybe a slight advantage is you've got a full spine up here in the back, a little more thickness, a little more, I'm not going to say toughness because it depends on the steel, Rockwell, and a lot of different things that can kind of go into that. So this is, again, a great grind. It's, and a lot of it is personal preference.
Yeah, that's for sure. It is personal preference. You got a little extra strength there. So if you think you're going to be batoning wood for your campfire, a Saber could be a little bit better because when you're holding that, on the log and you're beating down through there, a little bit more beef to it. The edge just inherently on that Scandi grind is a little more fragile. I don't know if I would baton. You can, but I think I would pick the Saber grind. But then we have our flat grind. So now we have even less steel, a full V cross section from the sharpened edge to the spine. This thing is a slicing machine, nice and thin. It'll slice through all kind of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Hey, before I forget, just a reminder, those Laney specials, we only have one of each of those. So,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think of that till
Right.
I could see the look on her face there. We only have one of each of the Laney specials. So
Yeah.
sadly, once it does sell, if you want to get it, get on the phone quick, get in touch with her, and we will love to move it to you. I don't think they have but 4 set up for today's show. So
Correct.
as soon as she's saying 5 set up, so we'll
Must
see.
have been a bonus one.
So if we can get through them, we'll get through them.
Yeah, well, we
So
got
whenever
yeah.
she's ready, we'll go again. So hopefully that kind of answers the question on Scandi versus Saber versus flat.
Mhm.
And again,
Personal preference.
Personal
Isn't that part of
preference.
it?
if again asking me, my daily carry knife is the Saber Ground right now skeleton key. I carry this knife every day. Saber Ground skeleton key. Like it quite a bit. If I'm going on a camping trip, I carry my Genesis, which is in Scandi grind. If I'm going to go on a hunting trip, probably carry a Woodsman style something in a flat or a Saber grind. And again, personal preference doesn't mean one's better than the other. Just when you're ordering a knife or you're thinking about what you want to get, the best thing to do is, what's the main task for that knife? What are you going to do most of?
Or if it's just like everyday carry, a little bit of everything, that's what I'm doing with it. I prefer flat grind myself. And something along the lines of a bushcrafter.
All fine grinds and size and different things of knives are going to matter for personal preference again. It looks like Laney's wanting to bring in another special. Here, Nick, when you come back, okay, what do we have? And again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the whole show all day. We thank you very much for that work. We're really excited about it. Oh, nice coyote, I believe. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Get a look at this knife. That is some, I don't know, what color would you call that? Like a desert
Taupe.
taupe?
Taupe.
A
Chris
desert
was the
taupe.
name that. It's taupe.
Yeah, it's a desert taupe. So
It's G10.
G10, very cool.
8-inch soft case.
Okay, so coyote and taupe.
Made local, by the way.
Yep.
Sticker for the truck. Quad. Gun case.
Well, yeah. Refrigerator.
Resealable tough cloth
Tough
case.
cloth.
It's got a little Ziploc bag action to it,
Yep.
doesn't it, on this one?
Yes, it does. Yeah. So once you open it up, you're able to seal it, keep all the moisture inside.
Are you sure? Or wait a minute. No, you know what? I think that's the bigger ones. Sorry
What's
about that. The bigger ones have that. This
Okay,
is
this one does not. This is
take
the
your
one.
own Ziploc bag and stick this in it, and then you'll be okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, so we have the knife, the tough cloth, and a sticker. Now this is a coyote and the soft case. Hey, the cool thing about this soft case, you put the knife on the inside. Look at this. You got a, not Velcro, what's the word for that?
That's called elastic.
Elastic. You have an elastic strap that you can put your sheath on the outside of.
Right.
So it's good to go.
You in the back with a bald head.
Somebody wants to know what Scooter's favorite donut is.
Oh, good answer.
Oh,
question.
I know.
Nick knows. What is it, Nick?
It's a honey cruller.
Yes, and if you only bring one in the box to the shop, and
Don't
you
do
actually
that.
Eat it,
Don't do it.
You're going to have a day's worth of sadness on your hands.
Or
I bet that was Steve that asked.
this
that
will be angry because I like the donuts.
question.
Speaking
Hey,
of
what's
liking
this sticker?
things,
Tough cloth,
Hold on.
soft case, knife, and sheath. What do you got?
$130. Regular
$130.
$159.
And that's free shipping. So remember, call in, ask for not the Laney special
I would ask for the
number
Laney number 3.
3. Yeah, number 3. Awesome. So we like that.
130 on that one.
Moving on. Hey Nick.
Oh,
Yep. Let me just put this down
oh,
here.
got a tray for that.
speaking of things you guys like, why don't you tell them a little bit about our DWX option?
Let's go with that. And hey, let me hand you this knife when you are out of there, and then I won't. You got that? All right. DWX option. Ready?
The Deepwoods Explorer is what that stands for, by the way. This particular one has Scandi Ground Bushcrafter
Nice.
in the bead blasted black green micarta with
Yeah. That's
Toxic
a
green
two-tone
liners.
color. If you can see that. And toxic green liners. That's a cool combination right there.
looks good.
Yeah.
Good job, Nick. Matching
Okay.
fire steel.
Wait, I had something to do with
Did you?
it. Maybe.
You said, Nick, go make that. And, you know, that happens around here. The nicest thing about this is this, that's a sharpener.
Yep.
That's a ceramic sharpening rod. So if you can't beside the creek, and find a nice flat stone. You already got it.
Yeah.
This one bolts onto the sheath too, so it can be removed if you want. This again, just like that other one, the Kydex here can be removed from the leather. You can run it any which way you want. Put a tech lock on there if you want.
Yeah, this is a good setup. Again, this sheath has our slide lock retention system. This one's setup's coming. This is a package, right, Nick, with the fire steel included.
Yep.
So matching fire steel all the way around. The leather backer. Now again, the leather backer can come off. Put in a tech lock of some kind, and you can wear this however you want.
Anything.
Wear it on your backpack strap.
Let's say let's say you're out in the woods. Okay, you're on a hike. Something happens and you slide down a mountain and this leather gets tore up, it gets ripped off your belt, something like that. Now what do? You can take some paracord, run it through those eyelets, and just kind of cross hatch it. Now you can put that on your belt so you can at least carry the thing. Or if you have enough paracord, make a baldric rig that goes around your shoulder.
Right.
So just in case, but it's good that it all comes apart.
That's some good ideas.
Yeah.
So this is number 19. If you want to call in and check out number 19 from the show.
How much is it, Nick?
300.
Okay, this rig's
300.
going out the door for 300 a day.
With free
Your
shipping.
phone's ringing now. Free shipping, $300. Number 19. Keep that in mind. Number 19. And we'll get back to Elaine's special in just a minute. Let me hand this back off to Nick.
We're good.
Nick, let me hand you this knife too. Hey, give me something with awesome color. You got something bright orange?
I got something.
Why would you carry a bright colored knife?
Oh, me!
Yeah.
So when you drop the knife like I do, you'll be able to see it.
Got it. Bright orange. Look at this.
That's
This
gonna-
thing is
that'll
going to stand
show.
out.
Oh, yeah.
You set this down. I can't tell you, we do a lot of gun and knife shows, and how many hunters have come up to the table and seen one of these bright orange knives sitting down there on the table and go, I wish I would have had that 10 years ago when I was hunting out somewhere. I field dressed this elk and I stuck it in a tree and I got, I started walking back and then I went back and I couldn't find my knife because it was camo.
Correct.
He said, I thought it was a great idea to have a camo knife
Or
until.
green, or black
Yeah,
even sometimes.
Yeah.
Could hide.
So one of the things that we do is we offer a bright color,
Yeah.
and this being orange. I mean, and when you set this down beside you or you stick it in the log beside you, that's going to stick out a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
And plus it's cool. I mean, it really looks
Very
good. Yeah.
Now this, I just said black, no good. We got orange liners. And let's say you already have a camouflage knife.
Right.
You've got a black knife or whatever. If you've got a lanyard hole, you're good to go. There's companies out there that make paracord with reflective tracer material intertwined, weaved in. So if you do drop it, wait till nighttime, go back with your high-powered flashlight, it'll stick out like a sword.
Yeah, and that stuff works. I've seen it in action.
It's fantastic. It even works if it's a little dirty. If any of it is showing, it's good. You in the back.
People want you to expand on the idea of the knife for its intended use in
Right.
the EDC setting. So
Good question.
what knives are good for EDC?
Okay, so that would be our next one.
You can
And
see
again,
this.
bright colors. Keep that in mind. Let's
Great.
hand this off. What are we doing? EDC next?
Yeah, give me
Got it,
that.
Nick?
Give me that little bugger.
Okay, so if I'm thinking,
Yeah, oh yeah.
let me take this. I'll tell you what, Nick, can you grab my backpack?
Yeah, hold on one second.
All right.
I would say right off the bat, typically an EDC knife is usually a little bit smaller.
Right.
So that
Agreed.
means it's a little bit thinner, but personal preference too. But you might want to find something that you can get 4 fingers on, just in case you've got to use it for more than
Thank you, sir.
opening a box at the office or something like that. This is a little model that we made for friends of the NRA. It's called the Swoop. It's number 70. It's got dyed bone handle. It's D2 tool steel. Holds a heck of an edge. Full flat grind. What?
115.
115 on those.
Yep.
But again, this is something I would prefer because I can get all 4 fingers on that. Of course, I don't have bear paws like Kim or Nick. I have normal hands. What do you got that you want to carry?
Since we're just going to move on and not talk about his girl hands, we'll talk about EDC. Everyone has their own point of view. Everyday carry. What do you do? As I showed you earlier, I use a skeleton key. There's a couple reasons. Look, nice and high ride. This gets out of the way for me. This tucks in very tight. It's not that I'm wearing it concealed because it's sitting on the outside of my belt. I just happen to have a shirt on. But I can reach it. It's not heavy. It doesn't have scales on it. It's easily tucked in. So this is my preferred EDC. We're building what we call the Stealth based on that same design, the Great Plainsman or skeleton key knife. And what that does is we're using carbon fiber handles. They're 3/16 You can see that carbon fiber, and we're leaving the back of the handle open so that you could paracord wrap, drop a lanyard on there,
Oh yeah.
anything you want, and teaming it with a Kydex rig. So this, again, with this tech lock, that's what's holding this on. I have a small tech lock on this particular rig, is going to make a great EDC.
Is that then ambidextrous? Yes, yes is the correct.
Why, yes, indeed it is.
Yes,
Lefty
it is.
or righty.
Yeah,
Or
you could invert it, vertical, horizontal carry. There is a lot that you can do using
this.
the tech
Here,
lock.
let me set this down. This is I prefer carry this way.
Yep, inverted.
Inverted edge to the back. So when I grab this and pull it out, I got the edge in my hand.
Yeah.
It's going to come out in your hand like this. So
Absolutely.
if you want to attack the pretzel bag, you can.
And again, when we're talking about EDC, you're not going to have an 8-inch knife carry. You don't want something that's going to have people get all upset. Like, oh my gosh, you've got a Bowie knife on his hip. But
Wait, we have.
I see Mike has another
Yes,
question.
you in the back.
Desert Ronin would like to know how the mountain finish came to be.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me finish one EDC. For your backpack, this is something that I carry, and I do it all the time. With that tech lock and a Kydex sheath, this is inverted on my left strap. So I carry a knife inverted on my left backpack strap. This is, and again, since the pack goes with me every day, I have this knife on my hip, I got a folder in my pocket, and I have a knife on my backpack for if I'm out and around near the Jeep or something.
Excellent.
So cool. All right, we're going on to the next question.
Okay. Mountain finish. How did it come in? Yeah, give me something. This is the, whoop, I lost. Number 25, I think it's on the floor.
Is that the one on the floor?
Yeah, yes it is. This is the T2. Tactical kind of Tanto look to it. Saber grind, and obviously mountain finish.
Mhm.
So, how did the mountain finish come to be?
That's a good question. You want me to field that one?
Yes!
Scott, how did that come to be?
You in the back.
No, I can't take this from LT. He has to tell the story.
Oh, come on, Nick. Go ahead. All right.
I
Honestly,
wasn't the
we're
first to
just
do it.
always looking for something different, a little more grip or whatever. If you take a standard piece of, say, linen or paper style micarta and you bead blast it, you get a
Nice
little
finish.
bit of a rough finish.
Yeah.
You take the canvas micarta or the burlap style that has the bigger patterns, and you get a little rougher finish.
Mhm.
So we were looking for what are good ways to hold on to a knife without, again, you don't want it burning your hand up.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to hold a cactus handle.
Yeah, so we do an extra step once we do the mountain finish.
Yep, so the mountain finish gets done on our small wheel. These are all cut in randomly by hand.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's for sure. Everything is, it might have a bit of a uniform pattern to it, but that's only because we've sort of finalized our design. It's even got some in the back here.
I wish we could come up with a really deep story for that one, but it truly was. We were
Trial
searching
and
for
error.
another way
Yeah.
to hold on to the knives.
We did.
Which, speaking of top secret stuff,
Yeah, oh,
I
that's
just
all.
I
Go ahead,
have to because it's
Said
made me think. Besides the mountain finish, we are working on finishes. So I want to say right now on finishes for the near future. Just keep your eyes open. That's all we can say about
Okay,
that.
that's
So
fine.
continue on, please.
Okay, so once we do this mountain finish, these peaks, very sharp.
Mhm.
So we take this blade off, put it in a bead blast cabinet, and it still retains a ton of traction, but it kind of smooths things up so you don't have any really sharp hot points. Pretty good.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the question. From the
Yeah,
Poundhouse.
that was Desert Ronin. Hey, thanks, brother.
Yep.
And thanks for all the review and all the support you guys are giving us too. Just
Looks like a
all the way
Laney
around.
special is on.
Laney special. What
Number-
number are we on?
Number 4,
Number 4. Uh-oh.
Bushcrafter,
Is it?
I think.
Yes.
That's what my notes
Oh,
say.
look at that. Camo G10. 3 colors.
Polish.
Green, not desert camo, desert tan,
Mhm.
or something taupe.
Oh,
and
is
then
Chris
the
Wilson
black.
here again?
And a matching fire steel. Check that out. Look at that.
And the what?
And
Hold them up
the
together.
whole,
Hold them up nicely.
boy, everyone's a critic.
Pretend you're Vanna White.
Yeah. Then he gets to be past Ajax. I am taller, and she's probably taller than Penn.
Probably.
All right.
Okay, so here we go.
We're all gonna-
Dangler. Got the
We
whole setup.
changed that dangler setup.
We changed it.
Tell them about the D-ring. This
Oh,
D-ring,
yeah,
there used to
right.
be an extra attachment point up top.
Yes, you are correct.
Right there.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so if you didn't want the dangler, the D-ring was still up high, and there was a chance that it might flip over and get engaged with the knife. So now we've asked Spen to remove that, so now it drops completely down out of the way. You don't have to remove it now.
Right.
It rides much nicer that way. They modified it.
No, this is a great setup. I don't have my glasses on, so you may.
Give me that back then. That's a Bushcrafter in G10 with a custom fire steel and a patch. You'll get a patch. We'll have a patch right here. That is $195. Regular price is $225.
Okay, and again, free shipping, so you're saving another $7, $10, $12 on that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is Laney Special number 3. What is it? A2.
Number 4.
Number 4. It's
Yeah.
4, Scott.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah.
G10
That's
camo.
my fault.
G10 camo 3/8 rod. Beautiful sheath by Spen at JRE.
We got
All of this for how much?
$195.
And it's the 4th Laney Special.
Yeah.
You only got one more today, right? This
Okay.
one and one more. First guy to call, and it's how much? How much?
$195.
195. Call Laney. She's standing right there. She's got the phone in the
Okay,
other
we've
room.
got 8 minutes.
Oh, are we running out? Wow, today it runs fast.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to talk about
There, I don't need that.
a couple other things. Nick, I know I wanted to do. Oh, Scott's got something. Do your commercial. I'll be right back.
Real quick, I talked about these in the video. Ballistol, strike hole. Much better if you're going to eat with that knife, cut your sandwich. Better if you want a little bit better anti-rusting on your knife. Both work fantastic. This one's 7, this one's 9. A little bit more in a can. It works out to be about the same.
And 70.
Yes, and we do use tough cloths. We use ballast
Yeah, we
and
use all that.
we use strike hole. Depends on what we're doing. I can find uses for all of them. I use ballastol and strike hold on my guns at home.
I use
White
only Ballistol personally because I do cut food with my knife. Whatever knife I have on me, I'm cutting something with.
Yeah,
And-
so I like them all three.
It smells a little like feet, I'll be honest, but it works fantastic.
This is
It's
absolutely true. He's not kidding about that.
It's
Hey. I wanted to elaborate on our EDC talk for just a minute. I want you to kind of take a look at this. As you can see, it's a fold-over carbon style looking, or I'm sorry, carbon fiber looking Kydex with a nice thumb ramp on it. Okay, this is a Frontier Valley in A2, carbon fiber scales, lime green. This is a really nice EDC package.
That's pretty sweet.
Tech lock compatibility.
Yeah.
Wear it on a neck chain. Put it on your backpack. Wear it on your hip.
This is
a great knife.
This is not even so big that you could hide this under a shirt if you'd want to.
Well, not that we're advocating hiding stuff.
What I meant was having a backup.
So if you see Scott at the beach with his half shirt on, the handle would be sticking out, so it wouldn't technically be concealed.
I like to wear it right above my belly button right there. Kids.
Okay. So check out, we do have a few of the carbon fiber ones with a few different handle colors.
That one
Or I'm
is.
sorry, with different liner
It's
colors.
got yellow liners.
But when we're talking about an EDC knife, I think small-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
You know.
Again, personal preference. I like something I can get at least 4 fingers
Yeah.
on. What's okay?
Oh, he's got a red overlay on this one. Here, let me trade you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this is the little brother to the Frontier Valley. This is the Frontier First.
Now that truly is more of a 3-finger knife,
Yeah,
as is this. Yeah, same thing.
still works.
Now, why 3-finger knives? They work very well in the last 3 fingers using your first finger for indexing. If you're field dressing game, knowing where your point is, where you're working,
Much
there's a
safer to
lot.
use.
And there's a lot of things, just using your the first 3 fingers. It just gives you a little smaller knife.
Sure.
Still fantastic, and I would carry this
5.
with no problem.
Yeah, I got the clock.
There you go. So this is great. Yeah, we do have some nice EDC stuff hanging around.
This is some Sammy handiwork, by the way.
Yep.
There.
So
Good stuff.
thanks everybody for all the big support. We're going to try to do the live portions every now and then. We like doing them. It's fun. We like getting the questions in and doing a little talking. And Elaine wants to bring in her last one for today. Am I right?
The last special.
Okay, the
talk about
last
that
thing
knife in a second.
special. Bring it in. And this is number 5.
Number 5.
Okay. Oh, nice. Dyed bone. For those of you out there that aren't familiar with our company, we do buy the bone white and we dye it in-house so that we can kind of get the colors that we're looking for. And then we polish them up and match them up the best that we can and get a really good looking knife. And this happens to be one of the Frontier Firsts. Leather sheath.
Frontier First in D2. Those used to be made in 01. D2 holds a better edge. It's like a semi-stainless steel on the scale there. A little bit better for EDC. Actually. Works out real nice. We also have in this package Velcro patch and a sharpener with a leather pouch set up in it. This package is going for $90, regular $113. Hold on, Michael. So that's special number 5. If you want to call in, 740-317-1404.
Now, why would you choose this one? Because it's got some cool stuff in it. This is a pretty nice little setup.
That's a
This is, and it fits in your pocket. The patches, well,
More pack.
they're cool. You know, morale patches. Watch how your morale changes when you wear this.
These are
See that? Nothing to it. Brings a smile to your face. So a good morale patch never hurt anyone.
and they're Velcro back.
Unless you get it stuck in your chest hairs, and when you pull it off, it leaves a mark. But other than that, it never really hurt anyone. And with the Frontier First emblem, come on, this is a cool package. Pricing,
90 regular or 90 on sale.
90 on sale, free shipping. Okay,
Regular's 113.
we're running out of time because they're going to cut the airwaves here at the near too.
Near.
Call Lainey 740-317-1404, and she has this last Lainey special of the day. And we're out of it. Mike has something he wants to tell you.
What's the question, buddy?
The Dawn wants to know if the Frontier First was an LT design and where it came from.
Okay, the Frontier First is a very old design
Patch.
that was given to us, and honestly, I cannot put the direct origin, so the best, safest thing to do. This was one of the early blind horse models. I did make it, I believe, before when I was LT Wright, before we formed Blind Horse. But this has been a model for quite a long time, or a version of it.
Yeah.
Even the old saw blade steel knives that were, if you ever find one, they're much uglier than what we're making now, just so you know. When I was first learning, when I was first learning how to make knives, they were based on a patch knife pattern. And again, the patch knife pattern is traditionally for muzzle loaders. For cutting patches, that's kind of where the name and the idea came from. And those were some of the guys that were going to gun shows and made that model for us at the time quite popular, and still sell it even through today.
It's a great little EDC knife.
Absolutely. So I hope that helps answer your question. I'd love to sit here and take full credit for it, but I can't. I don't remember. So I'm just going to give credit all the way around. That was me, Dan, and anybody at Blind Horse at the time. So,
But based on a very old design.
Thank you, Nick. Yes, based on a very old design.
For sure.
Again, sometimes people talk to us about knife designs, this, that, and the other. One of the hardest things to realize is a knife is one of the oldest tools known to man.
Yes.
It's got a point, an edge, and a handle. There's not a lot you can do with it.
Simple.
And again, with a working knife, staying on the simple side is always a great
Oh,
thing.
for sure. Much less to break.
Mhm.
Keep it simple, stupid is a good thing to keep in mind when you're
Right.
doing the EDC and the work knives.
So we have a lot of stuff coming up this year. We're working on our live feed stuff to where we're going to actually bring you through the shop sometime in the near future, and we're gonna build knives live, talk to you live. We're going to do some new release launches live. We're going to have some of that, and we're going to start doing more of our virtual shows as we go along from a live version.
More
Hopefully,
live stuff.
at some point in the very near future, again, being able to take a phone call live on the air. So we're working all those little details out. And Mikey has another question.
We got a minute or less. Okay.
Time's almost up.
We're almost out of time.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So we had a little technical difficulty at the beginning. We are working everything out as we go.
And thanks for the Pout House members. If you're not a member of the Pout House, what a great place to be. Get over there, see some of the one-off customs.
Yep.
And we always have a good time just talking outdoors, knives, trucks, you name it.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of different threads besides knives on there.
And also watch the website. Those of you that are fledgling or budding knife makers, we have 2 classes left that are available within. The next class is sold out, one in August and one in November. So call the shop, look for details on the website. You want to make a knife, we're going to teach you how. I think we're out of time. I can see the big guy coming over to turn us off.
Scooter, man, on the
Thank you
inside.
very much. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.